Neeraj Chopra just finished 8th at the World Athletics Championship and we are all disappointed. But 2025 has been a roller coaster of emotions for the javelin thrower and we are here to tell you why and break it down for all of you. Watch the video till the end because we have a fun fact that you should not miss if you are a Neeraj Chopra fan. Coming into 2025, Neeraj was no stranger to pressure. Because first off, the Tokyo Olympics gold had now turned into a silver at Paris, and well, rivals like Arshad Nadeem, Julian Weber, and Anderson Peters were all throwing big. The 24-25 year was a test and a challenge to his mental strength, his form and fitness, and most importantly, the psychological pressure of being the man to beat. And well, we all know the pressure from the Indian sports community was already off its charts. Little did he know that his 2025 season was going to be no less than a fairy tale, and here are the biggest highlights. First up, Doha. It was hot and humid. Droplets of sweat ran down his cheeks, and that night Neeraj Chopra was wrapped in his favorite blue jersey. He picked up the javelin and left a heavy breath. He was the favorite out there tonight, the commentators announced as the javelin flew like an arrow. The crowd was at the edge of their seats because they couldn't believe their eyes. 90 meters mark, the commentators announced. That night, Neeraj Chopra etched history, becoming the first Indian to cross the 90 meters mark in the javelin event. That night, Neeraj Chopra was a Diamond League champion. And then came the Neeraj Chopra Classic, a one of a kind event that was going to feature Olympic champions, world champions, and the man himself. But due to the unfortunate war between India and Pakistan in lieu of the Pahalgam attack, the event stood cancelled. And well, after the event's re-announcement, the Indian sports community was not very happy. Now you may ask why, but it was one name that irked them. Arshad Nadeem, a Pakistani javelin thrower who won gold at the Paris Olympics. Arshad and Neeraj were friends, which is why he was going to be part of the event. But with the rising tensions between India and Pakistan, the Indian sports fans requested for him to not be there. Well, Arshad was ruled out of injury, and then the event went on from darkness to light. Bangalore's Kantirva Stadium lit up to welcome world champions, Olympic champions, and the man of the hour, Neeraj Chopra. 14,000 fans attended this event, and when the javelin flew to the moon, all were at the edges of their seats. 86.18 and a gold medal around his neck. This was the result of the event when Neeraj Chopra walked out of the arena, but what was more important that he was again contesting with one of his biggest rivals. Then came the Diamond League finals. Neeraj Chopra was contesting against Julian Weber and the two entertained the crowd to the fullest. But that night it was the German who took the win with a whopping 91-meter throw under the floodlights. But this was a remarkable victory for Neeraj because he consistently ended his season with a silver. Well, there are a few other achievements that you should not miss out on. The Paris Diamond League, the Ostrava Golden Spike, and the Lanos Memorial, where he put up the best show possible. So, what changed for Neeraj Chopra in 2025? There are a lot of things, but here are the few important ones. First things first, a coach. Since 2021, Neeraj has been traveling to Europe to train under multiple coaches. But this year he signed with the javelin legend Jan Zelinski and has been training under him in Czech Republic. He also has a rival as his training partner, and well, his name? Anderson Peters. The trio has been working tirelessly to better their form and so many other things, and the relationship that Neeraj shares with Jan has been impeccable. Next up, the biggest change of the season, a technical shift. Previously, Neeraj used to lean too much on the left during his throw. This wasted his run-up power, and that is where Jan worked with him the most by working on the release and strength conditioning, which ultimately helped him. The key element that Jan and Chopra worked together upon was the angle of the throw, or aka the javelin line. For starters, the javelin line is the line of the spear during the throw, that is how the implements, the body, and the throwing arm align. This is to ensure optimal alignment and trajectory for the golden boy. You must have heard these two injuries very often, the Achilles injury and the groin injury, because they are no stranger to athletes. And this year was a personal win for him because Neeraj sought help from a doctor in Prague that keeps him injury free. We did speak about his personal changes, but now we also need to credit three people that keep him grounded, passionate, and always ready to fight. Anderson Peters, Julian Weber, and Arshad Nadeem always give him a tough fight. And we all know how much a psychological balance is required at such a big stage. The next change may not just be big for him, but for the entire Indian sports community. Now, you may ask why, but as an avid athletics fan, imagine tens and thousands of people tuning up on a Diamond League stream just to watch him and cheer for him. And not to forget the 14,000 fans who attended the Neeraj Chopra Classic. Times are changing. There's a lot of support that is coming in, and I'm sure that and fan support is really important for an athlete's success. The last point has a saying: behind every successful man, there is always a woman. And this year, Neeraj Chopra changed his status from bachelor to married because he tied the knot with Indian former tennis player Himani Bor, who has become his biggest support. So, in conclusion, now you guys will agree with me that this year has been full of emotions. Now, let me tell you some fun facts. Neeraj Chopra has participated in 78 competitions and won 43 out of them since 2012. If I'm calculating it right, that's more than a 50% win rate. And a fact that left me amazed was that he placed in the top 364 times. So if you're still finding a reason to support our athletes, I guess you shouldn't, because there are many that we just gave you right now, and well, there is more to come. If you have come so far in the video, I thank you for watching. If you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe for more such stories, exclusive interviews, and in depth analysis of Indian sports and Indian athletes. Because we are the winning story and we are home to the underrepresented sports and athletes of India.